Hi everybody, it's Gail and it's Friday, so it's time for Friday Frolics. That name just cracks me up. I don't know where I came up with it. I was just trying to think of something that started with an F so it would go with Friday, and that was the only clean thing I could think of. I've got, it's been a busy week. I have been really busy this week. Let me just start off by telling you about Lola, the dog. A lot of people have been asking me questions about Lola. She is amazing. She's been with me 2.5 weeks now, and she is just awesome. I mean, she walks well on a leash. She waits to, I open her crate and she doesn't barrel out of it anymore. She just waits there until I say, okay, Lola. And then she goes outside with the other dog. She waits her turn. She doesn't have to be the first anymore. Just so many things. The only challenge we have is with the cat. She is absolutely terrified of the cat. I don't know if I explained this in my other video or not, but when a dog is in a crate, or not necessarily in a crate, when a dog is faced with any threat, they have to be able to either fight or flee. And when they are in a crate, they lose both of those. So evidently, while we were at church, the cats must have made a visit to say hello to the new dog. Because when we got home from church, she went outside okay, everything was fine, but she'd get on her bed and then she'd get up and go look at the steps because the cats are pretty much staying upstairs right now. Sorry, I just mashed my finger. They're staying upstairs. They don't want any parts of this new dog. And I would correct her and she'd come back and lay on her bed, and then in about 30 seconds she would jump up again and run to the steps. And this went on all day. She just exhausted me. I was totally exhausted. So I didn't know what was going on, but she went into her crate at dinner time fine and ate her dinner and stayed there. And then that night she wasn't quite as bad, but she still got up a couple times to go check out the stairs. But then we went to bed. And she started whining, and it would escalate to barking, and there was nothing I could do. I used every correction method that I knew, and nothing worked. And I tried each one multiple times. And this went on until about 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I think she was just plain old exhausted. And because about 2 o'clock she got quiet, and she stayed quiet the rest of the night. Got up the next morning, she was perfectly normal again. So I was talking to the trainer that I know in Florida, and we were talking about her different issues, and I told him what had happened on Sunday, and just by power of deduction and, just the process of elimination, I guess I should have said, we figured that while we were gone, the cats must have come downstairs while she was in her crate and freaked her out. And she just was really terrified of my cat. So we have a plan now. I have to do it when my daughter's home, so it'll be done this weekend. We're going to try to introduce her to the cat with her on the leash and with the cat in a confined area so that it can't escape, and just let her see that the cat's not going to hurt her. If that doesn't work, fine. She just won't be a cat-friendly dog. I'll just recommend that whatever home she goes into does not have a cat. But took her to the vet yesterday, and she is doing fantastic. She's gaining weight. She is, her coat is good. Everything was good. We're taking her off of all of the medications that this other group had her on for something that didn't exist. They had her on it for separation anxiety, and she doesn't have separation anxiety. I've never experienced any separation anxiety with her from the first minute she got here. So, you know, she was on Xanax and Trazodone and thyroid medication, and we've taken her off of the thyroid medication because her readings are in the normal range for a greyhound. We took her off of her Xanax because she just didn't need it. It was unnecessary. But the vet suggested we keep her on the Trazodone until after the cat experiment. Because the Trazodone, he said, was like a chill pill. It doesn't dope them up or anything. It just calms you down a little bit. So I'm going to leave her on the Trazodone until after the cat experiment this weekend. And then we'll take her off of that. And then she won't be on any medications anymore. And she's still a healthy, good dog. So that's a good thing. But she's laying over here, not quite next to me, so I can't turn the camera to her this time, but she's just laying here. She's my helper. She follows me around like a shadow. But that being said, I wanted to get that out of the way because everybody's been asking me about Lola. So she's doing great. Just before this, and this just popped into my head. This isn't on my list of things to cover, but can you believe I am getting thumbs down on my Friday Frolics? I mean, come on, people. Why would anybody give me a thumbs down when all I'm doing is talking? If they don't want to listen to me talk, don't watch the video. But I think there are just people that go through and just thumbs down everybody because I don't know why, but they just do it. And the other day, one of the video that I posted the other day, I hit the button when I posted it, and almost immediately I got a thumbs down. So there must be some automatic thing out there somewhere on YouTube that allows them to automatically put thumbs downs on everything, because it hadn't even been, the button hadn't even been clicked long enough for anybody to even pull the video up, and already I got a thumbs down. So I think it's a bunch of electronic gurus out there that think they're cool, giving everybody thumbs down to hopefully, you know, lower their ranking on YouTube. But you know, I don't care. I'm beyond it now. Doesn't bother me. I usually get 2 or 3 on every video, so I'm assuming it's the same 2 or 3 people that are doing this, whether it's automated or just hateful people. But anyway, that just popped into my head. I really didn't intend to talk about that, but it's just funny. I have started my polymer clay how-to series. I had an intro. The intro was actually part of the first video, and then I thought maybe I need to separate it. So if it seems like a strange beginning on the conditioning clay video, it's because I split the header off of it. I have done of course, the intro video, and then I posted the conditioning clay video. I've done one on a Skinner blend, how to do a Skinner blend, and I've done one on how to do a Skinner blend bullseye cane. And I'm not going to post them all at one time. Excuse me, I've got air in here. You know, it's funny when I talk, I must swallow air because this happens to me when I start doing videos. I'm going to space them out about every 2 days or so, and they'll probably, as I get fewer and fewer videos to do, I may even space them out more. Originally, I had a request to number them so they could make sure that they watched all of them and didn't miss any, but I'm already finding a problem with that. The Skinner blend bullseye cane I really didn't intend to do yet. Actually, it was an error on my part. I was going to do a different kind of plug and just did it wrong, and it ended up being a bullseye plug. So if I had numbered that, it would be in the wrong place. And if I can get another one, what I intended to do was to do a regular Skinner blend plug and then show you how to use that to, to store it and then to use it for future things. And I haven't made that video yet. So see, already the number system would be off. So instead, I created a playlist called how-to videos. And it's, if you go to my page, there's up at the top where it says videos, it'll say home, videos, and then there's a tab for playlist. Just click on playlist and pick the how-to playlist. And that's where I'm going to be putting all of them. So they'll be real easy to find anytime you need to find them. And I'm also going back, I've only done one or two, but I have done some how-to videos in my YouTube life, that started in May. Can you believe I now have done over 200 videos? The ones that I posted yesterday are numbers 201 and 202, and then I've got the other two that are ready to go. So I went, wow, 200. But back in some of my earlier videos, I did some how-tos. So I'm going back through there and trying to find the ones, like one of them was how to condition old clay. The one I did the other day was how to condition clay. So this one on how to condition old clay is entirely different because I think I was using old Kato clay. So I moved that to the how-to playlist, and I'll go through the rest of my videos and see what I've got that are maybe how-tos that would go into that playlist. So all of the how-tos will be in one playlist. So that's always a fun thing to do, but I do have them. A few more in my head. Haven't gotten them done yet, but they're in my head. And maybe this week, I know I said that last week, but this has just been a busy week with Lola and just things going on. It's just been truly, truly busy. So I'm still working on my project for Patreon. And I think now I'll just wait until after the 1st of May, because that's, what, Monday? It's Monday the 1st of May? But I'm going to just wait until the 1st of May, after the patrons' donations have been recorded, and then sometime in that week. So hopefully by the end of next week or early the week after, I will have my patron video up, and I hope you like it, because I know I had fun doing the project, so now I just have to redo it so that you can see what I did, but it was fun. What else? I've still got almost all of my canes, and now I've added a few canes to it that I had in a destash, and I've only sold one cane, I believe, or two canes out of the destash. No, I've left the destash open, but nobody has gone back to look at it. So I'm going to close the cane destash that I had before and start a new one. And I'm going to try to do that this weekend. It may happen today. I don't know. I need to go out today to the post office. So since I'm going out to the post office, I'll probably run other errands while I'm out. But I want to do another cane destash because I really need to get rid of some of these canes. I just am accumulating way too many. And then I've also got an abundance. Well, let me back up a little bit. This is pertaining to my paper crafting. When I first started having an interest in paper crafting, I started watching videos. And I would watch a video, and this person would say, oh, I got this at Tuesday morning. So immediately I would run out to Tuesday morning, and I would buy up their paper crafting tool, supplies, embellishments, papers, you name it, I was buying it. I started also going to AC Moore, and it became a weekly thing going to AC Moore and to Tuesday morning, because they were right across the street from each other. But I did it at least once a week, and I've accumulated so many stickers and embellishments and things like that for cards and card making, or scrapbooking if you do scrapbooking. And because these mostly were cheap things, the ones I got at AC Moore, most of them are like from their $1.66 bin, which is if you buy, was it 3 for $5 or 4 for $5? Must be 3 for $5 at AC Moore. They have, at least at my AC Moore, there's this big bin of stickers and embellishments, and they're all reduced to $1.66. So those are not worth me putting individually into a destash. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of my pre-Fun Stamper's Journey embellishments out, and I'm going to divide them up and put them into packages. And what I think I will do is put enough together that maybe I could offer them for maybe $25 shipped. If I put a bunch of things in one plus pay shipping, maybe I could get it done that way. So I'm going to be doing those. I just have to, again, find the time to get my embellishments all out and into one place. They're scattered right now. They're everywhere. So I need to get them into one big box and then find some smaller boxes to sort them into, because I'm going to try to put as many, if I have 3 of the same type sticker, say for instance, if I'm going to do 3 destashes, I want to put 1 in each one so that they're similar, maybe not the same, but similar, and I will show you individually when I do the destash video. So that's 2 things that are coming up. I really can't think of anything else. I'm just looking around to see. I might do a destash with some findings. I do have like the earrings that I use, the earring findings that I use. I've got so many and I'll never use them up. So I might break some of those down into sets, either pairs or, 2 pair in a package. I haven't decided yet. That's another possibility. But I think that's about it. I may have a miscellaneous destash later on because I have like 1 or 2 Polymer Cafe issues left. I have like 1, I believe I've got 1 of my books from the books destash. I think I've got 1 of those. I may not. I'll have to check. I just have little bits and pieces of things here. So I may do another grouping like I was explaining with the embellishments. Maybe I will do a grouping of things so that, it'll just be interesting. But it'll be like a set price. And I don't know what's going to be in them yet, so I don't know what the prices will be. But if you have anything that you would like me to answer on these Friday Frolics, one other thing I wanted to mention. I'm constantly getting questions about things that are being seen on my videos. Just one example is this little kidney thing. I can't tell you how many people have asked me where I got this kidney. I don't remember where I got it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that I probably did it as an add-on to a Polymer Clay Express order many, many, many years ago. I don't know if they even still carry them. But if you do a Google search for potter's kidney, because it's actually for potters. It's flexible, and yet it's not sharp. It's very flexible, but it's something that a potter uses to smooth as they're turning their clay on the potter's wheel. And they just come in handy with polymer clay. I like to use these to scrape my clay up off of my work surface so it doesn't dull my blade, so I don't have to use my blade. If you're just slicing something, you're not using a precision slice, you're just, say, cutting a cane in half. This will do it. Again, you're not dulling your blade. Just lots of different uses for things like this. And I have picked up so many things. Another thing that people ask about are my plastic sheets. I can't tell you how many times I have answered where I get these plastic sheets. So rather than me answer that, I don't know. Somebody asked me if I could do a video just with where I buy my supplies, but that varies so much and it changes over time. There was a time I bought everything at Polymer Clay Express, but also at that time they were about the only company around that carried polymer clay supplies, the types of supplies that I was looking for. Now there's all kinds of places. I was buying all of my clay when I was using Cato. I ordered it directly from Donna Cato, from her site. Well, when I stopped doing polymer clay, I had so much of the Cato clay because I always bought the big blocks. And I've destashed some of it. I've used some of it. I've still got a bunch. But it's usable now. I mean, it's something I can work with and use up. But when I started doing YouTube videos, I switched to Primo because it was easier to access and, a little bit cheaper for me to use just for demonstration purposes. And I like the way it handles. Next to Cato, I prefer Primo more than anything. But I've showed you this, I buy my clay in I think these are 8 ounce, either 8 ounce or 1 pound packages, depending on what I can find. And I was getting them at Sunny Day Crafts. Loved them. They were very, very cheap. A regular Primo like this, a regular 2 ounce size was like $1.59, regular price. And I used to order all of my clay from them, but I don't know what's going on with them. I noticed their inventory in polymer clay is almost gone. I don't know if they've chosen to not carry it anymore, or maybe they aren't able to get the clay anymore. I don't know. But they were my absolute favorite. But now they're not shipping any clay. So I switched to a different company. So it's difficult for me to recommend a company because then I'm kind of endorsing a company. And then when something like this happens, people are going to look at me and say, well, you told me to buy from them and now blah, 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 So I don't want to endorse any company. I can give you suggestions. And if you look in the area below my videos, if where it says up at the top, underneath the video, it'll say show more, I think is what it says, show more. In a lot of my earlier videos, if you click that and look, I've told you where I get my things. Not all of them, but I've probably posted about those plastic sheets at least 7 or 8 times on different videos. Sometimes it was twice on the same video because nobody was looking at the comments to see, again, not only just the show more, but read the comments. If somebody in the comment says, where did you get your plastic sheets, I would give them the link. Well then, if you're looking for those plastic sheets, all you got to do is look in the comments, see if anybody else has asked that question. If they have, there's your link. Instead of sending me another request and I have to go look it up again because it's, not saved on my computer because I don't buy them. I've got 2 boxes, that are still more than half full, and, I still I've used them for years. They last a long time. So do me that favor. I don't mind answering. If you want to send me an email, I would rather, if you're asking for a specific company, I would rather do it privately, maybe by email rather than in my YouTube comments. Just because I don't want to publicly endorse any company. Unless it's somebody, now Polyclay Play, I don't have a problem endorsing her. I know her. Lisa's a great person. She carries great products and she has good sales, and she's very good to come back and thank me. If I do a video and I'm using her products and I mention her in the product, she'll come back and thank me. And that means a lot to me. So, individuals like that, Teresa Salgado, if she, I don't mind recommending her. Her products are unique. You can't get her products anywhere else. And she is an amazing artist, and I don't mind helping her out. but it's the companies, you know, the Polymer Clay Express, the Sunny Day Crafts, the SculpeyProducts.com, the, you know, all these different companies that are out there. I just don't want to publicly endorse them or make it sound like I'm endorsing them. So I don't mind telling you on an email. That's just between you and me. I prefer anything personal or anything, you know, like that be sent to me by email. I always have my email address in my, except in my how-to videos. I didn't put them in my how-tos. Uh-oh, my bad. I just remembered I'm going to have to go back and add my email address. But just little things like that. So if there's anything that you particularly want to see me do a tutorial on, please let me know. And again, you might want to let me know by email. So if I have something I want to respond that I really don't want the entire group to see, I could do that. Sometimes it's difficult to word things to sound the way I intend it to sound and not the way it comes out sounding, you know. So anyway, that is all I have for you today, folks. Lots going on the Fun Stampers Journey side, but most of you are not interested in that, so I'm not going to waste your time in listing all of the things going on there. But if you're interested, again, send me an email. I'll be glad to send you any information you ask for. So have a great weekend. Everybody, I hope you have good weather where you are. It's going to be warm and sunny here in Virginia. Matter of fact, it's going to be in the 90s tomorrow and Sunday, and then it backs back down to the 70s, which is where I like it, the upper 70s. So have a great weekend. I will be back next Friday for more Friday Frolics, and look for any other videos that just happen to pop up in between. So thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.